Man versus Slug.
Welcome back to Man vs Slug. It's April. Quite excitingly, we now have the top raised bed full.
This week we have planted out the broad beans, but we didn't have the children with us, and we forgot to put the microphones on. So we're doing it.
So enjoy the silent movie of us planting out broad beans. We're now just planting up one extra broad bean. This is the one that inside had grown very quickly, and it's somewhat droopy and keeps lying on the floor. So we'll put a spare broad bean in right next to it as a sort of backup plan. This really cunning plan to do a time-lapse video of what was going on inside the toilet rolls as the broad beans were growing. Unfortunately, the camera was required for other purposes, but we did start off a broad bean growing inside a glass. You can see the way the roots have come down and spread out. You can see the shoot starting to push its way up. Now we're getting to do our first bit of harvesting, and we're going to have some pea shoots for lunch. I'm going to be weighing this because let's switch on the scales. I'm intrigued to know what value we're getting out of planting each of the different vegetables. That's 59 grams of pea shoots. Hopefully they will grow back for a second crop. And we're serving the pea shoots with some toasted cheese sandwiches. Yum. What do you think of the pea shoots then?
Delicious. It definitely tastes like pea shoots.
We've had our first harvest, 60 grams of pea shoots, and I think that makes it 1-0 to the man. I thought it'd be interesting for us to think about the economics of growing your own vegetables. So let's start off with looking at what I've spent so far. So we've got our costs, and so far we have bought some sleepers to build the raised beds, and the sleepers came to 240 quid, and then there was the compost, and the compost was around £75. And then what did we have? We had some pots, which we went to a garden centre, bought some other things, but I think the pots came to around 60 quid. And lastly, there were the seeds, which we bought in bulk. And we bought everything we're going to need, and that came to about 40 quid, which I think makes the total cost £415. That's very untidy writing. And then there's the benefits. Well, we have had some pea shoots. So benefits, and so far we've got pea shoots, and I looked up and you can get a bag of 60 grams of pea shoots from the supermarket for about £1.20. So we're at benefits of £1.20. So we only need now to grow £413.80 worth of vegetables to make growing your own vegetables worthwhile. Well, this isn't quite accurate, because those sleepers, they're going to last for 10 years, so we can knock a zero off that and say that actually each year the sleepers are going to cost around £24. The compost, that's going to last a bit longer, but we will be topping up, so I'm going to leave that in. And the pots probably will last maybe 3-4 years, so let's call it 3 years, and we will make the pots £20. And so let's 9 or 8, £159, I think. So hopefully this year we're going to manage £159 worth of vegetables in total, so we're going to keep track of that as we go along. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Next week we're going to be back in the greenhouse. There's a lot of things we're going to be growing in here that aren't in the Veg in One Bed book, and having looked at the back of the packets, we need to start planting those seeds as well. So hopefully see you next week.